into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Tyus Bowser able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from their own end zone. It's a fake. And Ben goes down in the end zone, and that'll be a safety. And here's where I'm perfectly happy to defer to my analyst and let him analyze this one.
I don't get it.
That's the analysis?
That's the analysis. I don't get it. I mean, you're on the other side of midfield. Maybe. But a fake punt way down here, you want analysis? Ridiculous.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Prochet on the return. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Fitzpatrick.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen
the Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And that's caught inside the 35. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chase Claypool, 72 yards. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Boswell good with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He struggled. His team has struggled. You talked to me a lot about looking to your leaders. Maybe it's time for him to put his mark on this game.
Agreed. And how that has to happen is somehow he's got to flush out everything that's happened so far and almost start over and get back to that confident level and know that he can play the game, because so far this has been a real struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got the interceptions. And now off to the races down the right side. 20.
Pass him this.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, 76 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time. See, and he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Justin Madubuike able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Meanwhile, Ben's throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 16 yards there, 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another first down. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stat. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. They hand this off to Harris. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining.
And look at this, another fake. And this is caught. Oh, able to avoid him. And the fake will work. He's going to have a first down. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for him.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief that, hey, we're going to get it done.
Rolling to his right. Ebron caught left side. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Now a toss play. It's Harris. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
This taken in at the goal line. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Hey, Charles, can you give me water? Jeez, Chuck, they cut off the halftime show again. Quicker than anticipated, ready for the start of the second half. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. On 3rd down, Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it here. He's going deep for Brown. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson, 36 yards. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the